Couple of days ago, I sat down to create content for a new topic that I was inspired for. And as I sat down the first time, I made the video and I had to listen to the video. When I listened to the video, I realized that there were some things that I did not say correctly. I did not choose the right words, and I felt like it came across a little offensive to my audience. It would be a little offensive to my audience. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna do this video again just so that I can, choose my words a little bit more wisely. So I had to sit down again on the desk and did the recording the second time. When I did the recording the second time and I listened to it, and I was like, I don't think the example I used communicated the message properly. And a different example came to my mind. So I had to do the video again the second time just so that I could change the example. When I did the video the second time, I listened to it again and I'm like, this is nice, but I think it is too long. It's like the longer the video is, the lesser the chance that people are going to listen to it to its entirety. So I had to do the video again the fourth time. And this time goal was to try to shorten the length of the video. The fourth time was still not satisfactory. And my frustration was beginning to kick in, and I was thinking about, you know what, I think I'm going to drop this topic and let it be. But while I was in the process of that, I remembered something. I think I'd read it somewhere or I'd listened to it through a YouTube video. Somebody had said it to me in a conversation. I kind of remember exactly where I heard it from, so I could give credit to that source. But what I learned was that most of the people that we celebrate, whether in the sports milieu, whether in the legal milieu, whether in politics, whether in public speaking, most of the people that we celebrate, they spend exponentially more time preparing, more time learning, more time practicing their craft than the amount of time they spend on the stage. So while a performance might be 30 minutes or 1 hour or 90 minutes, the actual time that that individual spent preparing, practicing, and working on the skill for that presentation or that performance is sometimes even more than 5 times the amount of time it took. So that performance could have been a 1 hour performance, but it probably had taken more than 80 hours to prepare for that 1 hour performance. So when I remember that, I had to sit back on the desk again to put in the work. But you see, everybody who is walking the surface of the earth is sent here by God with two things, with talents and time. One of it is variable. Talent is variable. There are some people who will come to this world with 10 talents. Some are going to come with 5 talents, and some might come with just one talent. One talent. But what is constant for everybody is time. So we all come to this world with two things, our talents and time. Now, what we become or how our talents sell us, the fortune that our talents is going to fetch for us depends on how much time we put into our talent. So look at your talent to be like a cup and look at your time to be the water, like water. So you need to take the water and pour into the cup. Just because you are talented doesn't mean that you're going to earn a place on the world stage. Just because you are talented in playing soccer doesn't mean that you're going to be famous or a great soccer player. What is going to make you a great soccer player is the amount of time you pour into that skill of playing soccer. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and all the big names you know are not outstanding soccer players because they are talented, not just because they are talented. They are outstanding soccer players because of the amount of time they have poured into that talent. You might be surprised that there are a lot of people who are more talented than Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, but they are walking down on the streets every day, unnoticed and known by nobody. The problem is they haven't taken their time to pour into their talent. That's what makes Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi different from them. Now, here's the interesting thing we need to know about time. You see, if you lose money, you can gain money back. You can get a second job, you can get multiple jobs, you can go do some services outside, of working hours. There are many things you can do to gain money. There are many things you can do to increase the amount of money you have. So if you lose money, you can gain money and even get more money than the money you lost. But here's the thing with time. When you lose time, you can never gain time. You never, ever gain time. There is nothing you can do that will make you have more than 24 hours. It's fixed, it's constant. But you know what applies to time? When it comes to time, we talk about redeeming the time. And you know where that comes from? The Bible. You see, there's one thing I love about the Bible. The Bible is not just a spiritual book. The Bible is a philosophy book. The Bible is a legal book. The Bible is a book of principles. As a matter of fact, every book that is written out there traces its concepts to the Bible. The Bible is a book of timeless relevance. It was relevant in the yesteryears, the ancient days, and it's still relevant today. In the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 16, the Bible says, that's 15 and 16, the Bible says, do not live like fools, but live like wise people, redeeming the time. I repeat, it says, do not live like fools, but live like wise people, redeeming the time. So you see, when it comes to time, you don't gain time, you redeem time. And so what does redeem time means? What redeem time means is you sit down and ask yourself, what am I giving my time to? How much time do I spend on Facebook? How much time am I spending in church? How much time am I spending on social life? How much time am I spending with family? How much time am I spending to study? So when it comes to time, what you can do is sit back and get a detail of everything you're spending your time on, and then ask yourself, what can I strike off for my time? The more you strike off and strike off and strike off, you're redeeming time. That means you're eliminating things from your time. Your time has not grown above 24 hours, but you just simply redeem the time. Because there were things that you had times, hours that things were consuming. And when you eliminate those things, you redeem that time. So what I want to share with us right now is, so what are some practical things that we need to do to redeem our time? Because everything we can ever become in this life, the health of the family you raise depends on time. Your success on your career depends on time. Your success in ministry depends on time. Everything you would ever become in this life depends on how you use time. So everybody needs to be invested in redeeming the time. So I'm going to be sharing some very practical principles, some very practical things to implement that will help us to redeem time. We all have the same 24 hours. Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world, have the same hours. Benny Hinn, with all the anointing, he has the same 24 hours. TD Jakes, who speaks so well, has the same 24 hours. Jay-Z, who is a great singer, has the same 24 hours. Nathaniel Bassey, who is a great singer, has the same 24 hours. The person who is broke has the same 24 hours. How can we redeem our time so we can leave this world having a greater impact because of our time? So I'm going to share some principles, very practical principles, which many of us who are tests that we fail in this daily. The first principle I want to talk about, and this is the foundation. The first thing is write down your visions. Now, see, your vision is different from your talents. You use your talents to achieve a vision. The combination of your talents help to serve your vision. So write down your visions. Now, I start first of all the plural to say write down your visions. Because finding your vision or identifying your one vision might not be very easy. It's a process. So the first thing is just write down all the things you desire to do with your life. Just write down all the things that you desire to do with your life. You want to be a pilot. You want to be a school in your village. You might want to help homeless people. You might want to be a singer. You might want to be a soccer player. Just write down all those desires on the paper, which are called your visions. This is very important because the next step will depend on this. Now, I'm still coming to time. Once you have done this, the next thing you need to do is to trim down on your visions. Try to get your number of visions as close to one as possible. If you cannot trim it down to one, if you have two or three, that's okay. But the best bet is if you can trim it down to one, then that is excellent. There is power behind one. I made another video about focus. And on there, I explained quite a lot about focusing on one thing. You see, the reason why Cristiano Ronaldo is outstanding in playing soccer, because he has reduced his vision to one. The main vision, I don't know about his visions, but if I think I know his vision, one of his main visions is to be the best soccer player in the world. And because he has only one thing to focus on, that's what makes him to be the best in that thing. Benny Hinn, with all the anointing that he has and all the miracles that he has performed, the secret to him being outstanding lies in one. He chose that he is going to be a man of God. He chose that he's going to dedicate his life to one thing, to preaching the gospel and to reaching out to people. And that's why he is the best. That's why he's excellent and he achieved a lot of excellence in that, because he focused on one. Your favorite celebrity, it might be a singer, you name it for yourself. You'll realize that they have one thing that is major in their life. The more things you have, the lesser your chances of being the best, the lesser your chances of being outstanding. So principle number one, like I mentioned, is write down your visions. Principle number two is trim down your vision to as close to one as possible. Principle number three, now that you've identified your vision, for the purpose of our conversation, let me just say one, to make a free flow conversation. Now that you have streamlined everything to one vision, that in your life you have one vision. Now, when I say one vision, I'm not saying you don't have other activities to do. For example, I'm a husband and a father. So I have to spend time with my kids. I have to spend time with my wife. I also serve in church. So there's some other activities that I do, right? But when it comes to my vision, I have streamlined my vision to one. Now that you've streamlined your vision to one, that is the thing that you want to make sure you achieve. That becomes one of the most important things to yourself, to your life, besides your family. The next thing that's important in redeeming your time is learning to say no. You see, this is a trap for most reliable and dependable people. You see, the most reliable you are in the community. You're serving an association where you said you were to do something, you did it, and you did it with excellence. And you created that impression around the community and everybody around you. So people now know that you are very reliable and you are a dependable person. They know that if I ask Chillian to do something, I'm sure that because he has said he's going to do it, he's going to commit his time and he will do it. Now, because of that reputation you've created about yourself, lots of people would be reaching out to you, seeking your assistance in many different things. But if you are going to be successful in your vision, you must learn to say no. Somebody said no is a complete sentence. You sometimes don't have to explain yourself why you say no. You can simply say no. I'm unable. I really wish I could help, but right now my hands are full. You have to learn to say no. You see, if you don't learn to say no, even the reputation you've built as a reliable and a dependable person, that reputation will start being destroyed. Because the trap with many reliable and dependable persons is that when they say yes to so many different things, now they have so many different people they're trying to assist, so many different things they're trying to do, and so they don't follow through and actually deliver on their promises. And they keep failing on their promises. What happens about you? That reliable and dependable personality you created begins to fade away, and people no longer see you that way. You have to learn to say no. This is a secret behind many outstanding people. Anybody you celebrate out there. I'll take one person in the Christian milieu. I'll take Benny Hinn, for example. He's performed a lot of miracles. The secret behind Benny Hinn's success is the ability to say no. He has learned to say no to many things. You call him that, come, let's go attend a soccer game. He's probably going to tell you no. You ask him and say, hey, come on, let's go and attend this. Most of the requests that will come to him, he would say no. And the more he says no, the more he's redeeming his time. Because then he has a lot more time to sit down, to read the Bible, to meditate, to communicate with God. And that's why when he steps on the stage, he can give a prophecy and it comes to pass. He's able to lay his hands on you and able to receive your healing or receive the miracle. His secret lies in learning to say no. If you don't say no, then you're giving your time to everything and you're not redeeming your time. So learn to say no. And deciding what to say yes to has to be judged against your vision. Now that you have a vision as one, you've reduced your vision to one. So when anybody asking you assistance in doing things, judge that thing, weigh that thing against your vision. If it falls short or will jeopardize the journey towards a vision, the answer should be no. The next principle is the principle of trade-off. Now, I've realized that a lot of successful and outstanding people, they employ others or hire people to do things that they can do simply because they need to redeem their time. Lately, I've been like, previously I've been cutting, all right up to this point, I cut my own lawn. I mow my lawn myself. But recently, I'm beginning to get too much in my plate. Like just making this content this vision of creating content that I started talking about success. I realized it needs a lot of time for me to maintain excellence. So right now, I'm working on getting somebody to come and start mowing my lawn. Why am I doing that? I'm trying to redeem my time. I definitely can mow my lawn myself. But the reason I'm going to get somebody to come and do it is because I am trying to redeem my time. So that's the principle of trade-off. Another example of trade-off is, and I struggle with this a lot, many of us have visions. Many of us have great business ideas, that we know that if we invest time in these business ideas, although this business idea is not very profitable now, but if I invest a time in this business idea, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, this business can replace my job, or replace this business can replace my job. You might be working two jobs, but you know the potential of that business can replace your entire two jobs and make you become completely self-employed. You don't have to depend on a job. But the problem is you're currently working two jobs and you're finding a hard time releasing one job to focus on that business. Why? Because you know if you release one job, your income is going to drop. But you need to be able to learn to get the trade-off. You need to be able to take the pain of a drop in income in order to grow that business idea of yours, or in order to fund your vision. That's the principle of trade-off. You trade off some income to pursue your vision. So if you must redeem your time, you have to learn to trade off. Because think about it, the job doesn't belong to you. No, you are just an employee. The company is owned by some other person or a group of shareholders. It doesn't belong to you. You can be kicked out of it anytime. But your vision, your business belongs to you. Nobody's going to fire you from your vision. No one will fire you from your job. So you might learn to trade off, to redeem your time and pursue your vision. Another principle that is important is learn to spend time doing the right thing than doing the good things. See, there's a difference between a good thing and a right thing. Now, if you are a student and you know that your final exams is coming around in the next 4 weeks, and in church they're asking people who can serve in an event that is coming up. You see, you signing up to go serve the event in church is a good thing, but it's not the right thing. The right thing is cut down from your involvement in serving in the church. Focus the next 4 weeks on studying and preparing for your exams so that when the exam comes around, you can write it and you can excel in your performance. But was going to help in the church or serving the church wrong? No, it wasn't wrong. That was a good thing, but that was not the right thing. And the right thing would vary from time to time. Maybe 3 months down the road, going to serve in church will be the right thing. But at this point in time, with your exams being around the corner, going to serve in church is a good thing, but not the right thing. So spend much of your time doing the right thing as opposed to spending your time doing the good thing. Another thing that you also need to focus on, which is one of the biggest eater of our time, is social life. You need to time box social activities. Time box social activities. This is common with us in the United States, most Africans in the United States. In summer is the most busy period when it comes to social activities. It's when people are doing birthdays, it's when people are doing baby showers, people are doing anniversaries. Almost every weekend, there's a social commitment or social activity that needs your presence. In as much as I cannot tell you to not attend social activities because we are all social human beings. Being there for other people motivates them to be there for you when you have a similar event. But here is what you need to do. Time box that activity. If that activity is going to run from 6 o'clock, but there's no ending time, because that's how most of our African activities are. We have a starting time, but we don't have an ending time. You can schedule that, hey, I'm going to go for that baby shower, but I'm going to leave there at 10:30. You're going to leave there at 10:30 and make sure you stay true to your time box. You've time boxed a social activity for 10:30. Make sure you are disciplined that at 10:30, you need to leave that place and go back for your vision. You see, I've seen a difference between how the Western style of holding events and the African style of holding events. I have had the opportunity to attend birthday parties birthday parties or birthday events for a lot of Americans. You know, some are white, some are blacks. But I've had the opportunity to attend a few of those. And when I went for the birthday, I said, hey, children, we invite you to come over for a birthday. You can come with your wife. And then when I go there, I see a stark difference from our African birthday parties. The celebrant, the celebrant just invited about 10 persons. And we just sat around a table and then we just had enough to eat and drink, and we spend the rest of the time having deep conversations. By the time I'm leaving that birthday party, I feel like my relationship with the celebrant has increased because we had the time to talk. talk about our personal life, talk about our goals, talk about our family history, talk about a lot of things. And when I left that birthday, the birthday party, which maybe lasted for just about 2 hours because I'm very time conscious, I felt like my relationship with the celebrant has grown because it was quality time. But you see, in most of our own events, like a birthday party for an African, we invite everybody we know in the area. So our birthday party has 100 people and more. In as much as you had so many persons who came around, you did not build or grow your relationship with any single person. Because all through the time in the party, were like, hey, hi, hey, hi, hey, hi. It was a flyby association or interaction with everybody who attended. Now, from the perspective of you as an attendee, you can time box your presence in that birthday and say, I'm going to be there by 10 till 10:30. At 10:30, I'm going to leave. And you leave and go back to your vision. But then you can schedule some other time. Maybe the person was bereaved. Maybe it was a bereavement, right? You can still do the same thing. But schedule some other time where you can go visit that person and you guys can spend 30 minutes and actually 30 minutes of quality time where you are able to actually console the person, you are able to speak positive words to the person, where you are able to actually comfort that person, and your presence there being a one-on-one would yield more fruits. That would build your relationship with that person far more than attending the bereavement and staying there till 3 a.m. in the night when you never had any one-on-one rapport with the bereaved person or the person who had the event. So time box your social life. Another principle I want us to talk about is do the best you can to pair together compatible activities. You see, I recently decided to going out every morning and evening to go and run because I feel like I'm gaining a little bit more weight, than what I would like to look like. So I'm going out there to run, but with how much I have to do, I feel like I don't have enough time to go on and then still do all of these things. But I tried something that has worked for the past few weeks. I am a member of my choir in church, and I know that I have songs that I have to listen to. I have to practice those songs and make sure when I show up on Sunday or show up for choir practice, I have done my own work. Now I realize that, okay, I think I can pair the listening to those songs along with my workouts. So when I wake up in the morning by 6:30 in the AM when I'm AM in the morning when I'm going to run, that's the time I'm plugging my headphones and I'm listening to the choir songs. So you see, my workouts and my listening to the choir songs, they are compatible. So I put the two of them together and I do them at the same time. By that, I have redeemed my time. So instead of spending 1 hour to go do workouts and spend 1 hour to listen to the songs, I spent 1 hour to listen to both the songs and doing my workout, pairing compatible activities together. Now I'm getting down to a much more practical principle or practical principles that you can leverage every single day of your life. Now we all have 24 hours, and redeeming the time means that getting off more time, sleeping late, or maybe waking up early. You might be a morning person like me. For myself, I'm a morning person. So I want to wake up like 4 a.m. and get a lot of things done before the day starts. And most of the time, if you're like me, most of us, we rely on the alarm clock to wake ourselves up. But the mistake we make is that we put the alarm clock very close to our bed. And so when the alarm clock rings and your feeling is like, I don't want to wake up right now, I just want to have more sleep. What do? You can easily reach out to the alarm clock and you snooze it, or you turn off the alarm. Yes, one practical principle that I've tried that has helped me, which you can try and will help you. Do not put the alarm clock by your bedside. Put the alarm clock maybe in the living room, or put the alarm clock somewhere that it will take you to walk to go over there to attend to the alarm. I have a 1-year-old son. So putting the alarm over in my living room and opening the door a little bit, it gives an avenue where the alarm will ring. I can hear it in the room. And because I don't want my son to wake up, because if he wakes up at night, it's gonna destroy a lot of things. So as soon as I hear the alarm ringing, I wake up quickly and I walk over into the living room to attend to the alarm. Just by waking up and walking to the living room takes the sleep off my eyes, and it's helping me to be able to put in those first few hours of the day, to do the things I want to do. I just redeemed some time. So don't put the alarm clock next to your bed. Put the alarm clock at the walking distance. Will force you to wake up to go attend to the alarm. Another thing is, the last bit one is have a to-do list every day. Many of us don't make use of our time within the day because we didn't have any plan for the day. When you have a to-do list of all the things you want to achieve in the day, it helps you so much that at the end of the day, you are able to analyze if you used your time today effectively. And not even at the end of the day. By midday, you're looking at your list, it's not even gone to half. So what do? It makes you to invest your time much more effectively. The last one is only read text messages or WhatsApp messages when you are available to respond. When you are available to respond. Within the day, people will send you have lots of messages. Some are going to be on group forums, some are going to be personal messages into you with people who want things from you. They need that information from you. They need to offer a help to them. They need to call somebody. They need to do something that will take your time. But the problem is, once you've read that message, especially if the person knows you've read the message, what happens? You are on the hook to want to respond. Or even if you don't respond, you keep pondering in your mind that you have to respond. And now, so when you check your text messages at any time within the day, anytime you check your text messages, that becomes a lot of distractions because you might be in the middle of reading a book and you have to distract yourself to respond to those text messages before you get back to it. Now you just lost the flow. You just lost the momentum that you had towards that activity that you were doing. If you don't schedule time to listen to text messages, many people will make their own things to become your priority. Many people will move their priorities to the top of your list. So have a specific time. You can say, okay, the time I'm going to read my text messages in the day is I'll read my text from 10 to 11. So at 10 to 11 o'clock, read your text messages, respond to those you need to respond. If someone needs you to do a help by calling somebody, get some information, do it within that time. If you don't have much and use just 30 minutes to do that, close that time box and go back to your vision. Set those kind of times, like maybe say 10 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 5 in the evening is a time for you to go to your text messages, read them, and respond to people because you also don't want to be snobbish to people, right? I know this is a long one, but I hope that this was so resourceful, this was so helpful, this was so rich. Please, if this blesses you, I need a favor from you. Hit the subscribe button, click on the like button, and please leave me a comment on the chat. I want to hear your own thought processes. Maybe there are some other techniques you're using to redeem your time. I'd like to learn from you so I can also be a better steward of my time. Thank you for listening and see you in the next one.